When I first got here, I'd heard a lot about the old barn and the atmosphere that they had here. But I think the first thing I saw when I walked in was this museum, and you look around, you see all the history here and the rich tradition, and you can't help but want to be a part of it. So I couldn't be happier that I was able to spend a year here and be a part of this and add a little bit to it. Hope would have been nice to add a little more, but we'll get a team picture up here and then the Scottish Cup. So it was a good year. I think this year it was a really good year. We pushed the best team in the league right to the brink, and it was a tough way to lose, but that's hockey. But I think as a whole it was a good year. I think you can't argue that. There's a stretch there where we blew some games that we'd like to have back, and there's nothing you can do about it. But like I said, I think as a whole, I think the organization took a lot of huge strides forward on and off the ice, and I think if they just keep building on that, I don't think it'll be too long before there's some more silverware in here.
So Derek Keller and Jeff Deister.
We've played together a few years, so I knew what I was getting into coming over with Jeff, and we're good buddies, and we play great together on the ice. So it was fun. It made things easier on and off the ice. And when you're coming over to Europe, for both of us had neither ever been over here, so that helped us out a lot and made us feel comfortable right away, and I think it probably translated on the ice.
Favorite player to watch, actually
on the ice,
good, in a funny way, or
whatever you want. I mean, who do you enjoy watching out there?
I like watching Derek Keller. I get to see him up close quite a bit. He's a good player. I'm being serious on this question.
He carries you quite a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Without him, I'd be nothing, so I better...
This year, I got more opportunity than I could even ask for, and I was fortunate. I played with a lot of really good players, and that's what it takes. A lot of guys made me look pretty good, and I got a lot of easy second assists and all that kind of stuff. So, I owe a lot to my teammates, and like I said, I just tried to do my best every night, and I was really thankful that the fans noticed and were appreciative of that.
He's a very underrated defender because he is an undersized guy, so you tend to assume that he wouldn't be as effective in his own end, but he's very smart. He's good positionally. He understands when to be on the D side of the puck, where to be, how plays are developing. So that's a very underrated part of his game, and we definitely like that, and that attributes to his plus minus.
I think if somebody just maybe watched me play a game or checked my stats, they might think that I was a purely offensive defenseman. Well, I think that probably is my strength. I take a lot of pride in playing well on both ends of the ice, and I think I understand the game pretty well. I need to know where I need to be. I know I'm smaller than pretty much everybody out there, so positioning is key, and I just try to do my best to help the team win. I was lucky enough to get an unbelievable opportunity here from Todd and Danny. They pretty much gave me more ice time than I could handle right from the get-go, and that's half the battle with sports is opportunity, and I got a lot of that here, and I'm very, very thankful for that, and I think I hopefully made the most of it. For me, I try to keep a pretty even keel throughout the whole game. I've heard a lot of coaches in the past say you never get too high, never get too low, so you try to just be calm and have them. I think it's really, really important to have the exact same mindset every time you step on the ice, and that's just know your role, know what your job is out there, and do the best to help your team win. And I think if you show up each and every night, I think it gets noticed, and guys respect that. So that's kind of what I try to bring as a player. I'm not the guy that's gonna go out there and score 3 or 4 goals once every 2 weeks and really just come out and rip it up. But I try to play my best every night and be consistent, and that's all you can ask for, I guess. Highlight this year have to be beating Nottingham at home for sure. Either that or the Braehead last regular season home game was pretty cool as well. That rink was right jam packed. You couldn't fit another person in here, and the way we played that night, I was really proud of the guys. But I think to beat Nottingham at home in the playoffs, you can't top that. Everybody to a man in that room played their hearts out and played the game of their lives, and I think if you ask anybody that was at the rink, it could have been a lot worse. We could have beat them 6 or 7-2. So we played a really, really good game, and that was one of those nights where you're just really, really proud to be a part of that team. So it was something special. I'm very, very close to my family. I was fortunate enough that they all came over for Christmas, and they spent about a week here, and my wife was here with me almost all year, and her family came over. Some of the guys joked about me having more visitors over here this year than, Stewie had all, he was the one joking. He said I had more visitors this year than he had his whole 7 or 8 years over here. So I was very fortunate, a lot of visitors. Both me and my wife Jill are very close with their families, and we like to be a part of their lives as much as possible, and we were very lucky that they were able to come over, and it just helps things so much when you come over to Europe. We didn't really know much about the country over here. We'd obviously never been to Scotland. Didn't know what it was going to be like, and as well as everybody here being very open with us, it was really, really nice to have visitors come over, as often as they did, and it made the year go quick. Looking back on it now, I wish it wouldn't have went so fast, but when you're thousands and thousands of miles from home, and sometimes it's nice for the season to go by quick. But like I said, it was very, very enjoyable, and having the family over here a few times helped that for sure.
All right, so talk to me about your goal there right at the end of the game, kind of put it away, huh?
Yeah, it was just a 4-on-4 situation, and their defense.
That was actually my roommate that got me when we were in college, and he was actually this close to telling me beforehand that he was going to do it. But he never did, because he had a plan before that game. He had been injured all year. He was out all that year with surgery. And he had decided that, next guy that gets interviewed, I'm going to get him some shaving cream. And luckily he didn't tell me, even though we're roommates. And that night I happened to be the guy getting interviewed, and he got me pretty well. I should have saw it coming, because the guy interviewed me didn't have me up against the wall as per usual. He had me standing with the hallway to my back. So I probably should have saw it coming, but it was a good prank by him, and another instance where we had some laughs, and I think the boys enjoyed it. So that's something that when a player moves on from the game, those are the things that you really miss, the camaraderie and stuff like that. So those are all good memories that a guy has, and that's part of the game that a guy will miss when he moves on. I've loved it. I think it would be. I don't think it'd be a stretch to say that this was one of my most enjoyable hockey years that I've had. To come to the rink every night and have people that are that excited to watch you play, and really, really make you feel appreciated. They are really good at making you feel like you're doing something special for them out there, when really all we're doing is lacing up the skates and doing something we love. So, like I said, they make you feel great about yourself, and when you get a chance to come and play in front of a full rink almost every night, it's pretty special. And the people in Fife are very, very passionate about hockey, and it's great to be a part of. And I think going forward, they're going to have some really good things to look forward to.